Conservation Commission meeting for February 18th, 2026. May I have a second?
Second.
We're going to have to do roll call, okay.
Bert O'Donnell, yes.
Craig Hannafin, yes?
John O'Donnell, yes?
Liz Lake, yes.
Sam Alfronti, yes.
Hello, Sam, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Very exciting.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, we, as always, are in a hybrid meeting. You may attend on Zoom. In the event of a technical failure, the meeting will be taped and available on MCTV. I'm going to skip the minutes because I think not everyone was able to read them, so we'll move that to the next meeting. So we'll start with our first hearing, which is 7 Everson Road. In compliance with the regulations of Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 131, Section 40, the Wetlands Protection Act, and Code of the Town of Marshfield, Chapter 294, Wetlands Protection, a public hearing will be held by the Marshfield Conservation Commission on Wednesday, February 18th, 2026, to consider the request for determination of applicability filed for 7 Everson Road, and the hearing officer is Commissioner Lake.
Thank you, Craig. Mike, can you confirm whether all administrative requirements have been met?
Yes, all administrative requirements have been met.
Okay. Is there anyone on Zoom or in the public here to present this project? No?
I can speak about the project. I'm not sure if they were planning on having a representative come in, but the homeowners here would like to convert this existing carport area into an addition, just a bed and a bathroom. It'll be built on sonotubes and will be in line with the rest of the structure here. Andrew Stewart, building commissioner, does note that this is subject to the substantial improvement determination. So if the costs exceed 50% of the value of the structure, the entire structure will have to be elevated and improved. Additionally, the property is in a land subject to coast storm flowage AE9, and the addition itself would be a bathroom of 10.6 of 10 feet 6 inches by 11 feet 8 inches, and a bathroom of 6 feet by 10 and 10 feet 6 inches.
Did you speak with the applicant at all?
I'm sorry, I was having trouble with this is Keith Monahan, and I'm having trouble with the app here. I heard that though. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. We can hear you.
I'm sorry about that.
It's okay. Did you have anything to add about your project?
No, that's accurate. We just want to close in the carport. It's probably gonna be 3 sonotubes, and that's basically it. It's the same footprint, and that's basically it.
Did you understand the comments from the building commissioner about whether it's a substantial improvement?
Yes, we have spoken about that, so we have to be under 111,000 is our number for that.
And are you going to keep it under that?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Anticipating about 85 to 90.
Any comments or questions from the commissioners? No? Is there anyone in the public or on Zoom who have any comments? No? Mike, do you have any special conditions for this?
Yeah, I would suggest our standard special conditions for an RDA, which ensure that best management practices are followed before commencing the work, obtain all pertinent permits, and to seek guidance from myself or the agent for any work beyond this approved work activity.
Okay.
So, just a question, so underneath this new room, is it gonna be open? Is it enclosed foundation, or is it open on the pilings, or the
It's
sonotubes?
gonna be, I haven't decided I think, I haven't decided exactly what we're gonna do. I think I'm gonna do cinder blocks to mimic the rest of it, so it will be enclosed in a way, I guess, but, not like accessible.
So the carport right now is an impervious surface covering, and it does have a roof over it. So the current impact
Okay.
of building an addition over the ground won't necessarily
All right,
affect.
that's why I was trying to see if
Impervious
that
area
was
on
like
site.
open ground underneath
Yeah.
with a car park.
But
So
it's concrete, and
Okay,
the first floor, it'll be about 2 feet above that.
okay,
And like I
that's,
said, we might just to mimic the look,
okay.
do the cinder blocks as well, just to mimic the rest of it.
So, and there will be any, any increase in impervious, or is it gonna be a net wash?
It's going to be essentially a wash. The area that they're improving is currently impervious, so the addition here, or I guess conversion of the carport into an addition, won't impact the impervious area on site.
Okay.
So there are no foundational issues there with putting concrete blocks?
Not that I'm aware
The
of.
concrete, excuse me, I'm sorry, the concrete blocks aren't for, that'd just be for the look, the foundation will be the sonotubes.
Yeah, I'm just wondering about water flow in
Yeah,
in lands.
Okay.
Yeah,
I would suggest bringing that idea to the building commissioner, who's also our floodplain coordinator,
Right.
for guidance on the addition, like just the facade cinder blocks that you're talking about, because typically in this type of flood zone, if there's any sort of flood, it could have the potential of channelizing water or something. Hence the sonotube foundation. So I would just check that out with Andrew Stewart.
Yes, and we could just as easily do lattice or something like that. I just-
Yeah.
It doesn't, it really, I'm indifferent to that, I'm just to mimic the look, but either way, I don't. I'm
Lattice might
indifferent,
be a
you
better
know?
option. Yeah.
yeah, I just, that's Andrew's
Yeah.
jurisdiction, but I was just wanted to raise that.
All right.
Fine, yeah.
So I'm going to move to issue a determination of applicability with a +5 and a -2 and close the hearing. May I have a second?
Second?
All in favor? Roll call. Liz Lake, yes.
John O'Donnell, aye.
Craig Hanafin, yes?
Bert O'Donnell, yes.
Sam Alfroni, yes.
All right, you're all set.
Okay,
All right, thank you guys, appreciate it.
Sure.
Sorry about the technical difficulties.
good luck.
All right, thank you, have a good day.
Okay. Next is 239 Dyke Road. In compliance with the regulations of Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 131, Section 40, the Wetlands Protection Act, and Code of the Town of Marshfield, Chapter 294, Wetlands Protection, a public hearing will be held by the Marshfield Conservation Commission on Wednesday, February 18th, 2026, to consider the request for determination of applicability for 239 Dyke Road, and the hearing officer is Bert O'Donnell.
Okay, thank you. So this is a continuation. Have we got anybody here to speak on this?
Yes, I am. Dan Alcala with Merrill Engineers and Landscapes.
Okay,
And I'm also here with Paul Bollier with Main Street Architects as well.
Good evening, folks.
oh,
Would you like to do a quick presentation?
yeah, remember, we went pretty well through it before, but you can bring us up to date with what's changed on the plan, and
Sure, excellent. Good evening, as I mentioned, my name is Dan Altobello. I'm covering for Tom Kozerski. He had a conflict tonight. This project is located at 239 Dyke Street. The RDA is for the proposed electrical system maintenance upgrade of a non-flood compliant electrical system which services the marina itself. This includes the installation of a new three-phase pole transformer and new underground electrical lines. Also included is the removal of the existing non-flood compliant electrical shed and its replacement with a new 14 by 16-foot flood compliant shed. Excuse me. As you can see in the image below, the new shed will be moved away from the coastal bank by approximately 7.5 feet, so to be a little bit further from the resource areas than the current shed. The shed itself will be constructed on helix anchors and will be completed in compliance with the dry flood proofing requirements of the state building code. The proposed work area is located within the 100-foot buffer to coastal bank, as well as within land subject to coastal storm flowage, zone AE elevation 13, and the 200-foot riverfront area. In total, approximately 240 linear feet of electrical trench will be installed, upgraded of the existing electrical service. All work will be done from within existing paved areas on site or within its shoulders. And the existing single-phase electrical service will be disconnected and abandoned in place. Erosion controls will be installed at the limit of work prior to construction. No work will be done during rain events, and since the electrical service is underground, there will be no permanent alteration of the existing landscape as part of this project. Since the work will be done during dry weather within paved driveways or their shoulders, and with erosion controls installed at the limit of work, there will be no impact to the resource areas, excuse me, as part of this project. If you have any questions, we'd be happy to answer them.
Thank you. Mike, have you got anything to add?
I think Dana did a pretty good job of covering it there. The structure will be entirely flood-proofed. The concrete pad and the sonotubes anchoring in place. Other than that, it's going to sit on grade level. It'll look like the slab, but then there will be the sonotubes underneath it. It's currently located on top of the bulkhead, and this new structure is going to be located a bit further back, which is an improvement for the longevity of that bulkhead. Other than that, I would suggest the following special conditions: ensure best management practices are followed before commencing the work, obtain all pertinent permits, and to seek guidance from myself or the agent on work beyond the approved work activities.
Okay, thank you. So in your original business item, you'd asked to bring this in just as a discussion item because the electrical equipment within the shed would be the same as within a fenced-in area, which is an exemption. But it's actually, the position has changed a little bit, and it's a larger shed, so I think we were correct to request the RDA. And also have a larger drawing so we can see exactly what it is. But beyond that, I have no further issues. Open to discussion with the other commissioners.
No, I agree with you. I definitely think this needed to come in as an RDA, for the record, but I don't have any additional issues with it.
Anybody else?
No, I think they,
Sam, did you have any comments on this one?
No, I think you summarized it, Bert.
Okay, thank you. Any comments from the public? I see none, hear none. I would make a motion to issue a +5 and a -2 with any conditions, Mike?
Yes, our standard special conditions, which are ensure best management practices are followed before commencing the work, obtain all pertinent permits, and to seek guidance from myself or the agent for any work beyond these approved work activities.
Okay, thank you. Roll call vote. Start with Liz.
Liz Lake, yes.
John O'Donnell, yes?
Craig Hannafin, yes?
Sam?
And Malfronti, yes.
And Bert O'Donnell, yes. Unanimous, Mike. Thank
Thank you very
you.
much. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Good day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next up, 122 Marginal Street. in compliance with the regulations of Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 131, Section 40, the Wetlands Protection Act, and Code of the Town of Marshfield, Chapter 294, Wetlands Protection. A public hearing will be held by the Marshfield Conservation Commission on Wednesday, February 18th, 2026, to consider the notice of intent filed for 122 Marginal Street. And the hearing officer is Commissioner Malafront.
Thank you. Mike, can you confirm all administrative requirements have been met?
Yes, all administrative requirements have been met.
Okay. Is anyone in the room for this project or on Zoom?
Mr. McKim is on Zoom.
Okay.
My name is Kenneth, my name is Kenneth McKim. My wife and I, Lisa, own the property down there. And we've been trying to get this done here. Just time is, everyone just has so much time to get things done sometimes. Not enough time, I should say. And now we're just trying to get this dock corrected the way it is on the walkway and the platform going out to it. It was just originally made with extreme inferior materials, which is why it probably failed earlier than it should have. But it's prudent for us at this point to just correct this, get this fixed and everything. We got a complete plan put up on this. As you can see, if you look at the site plan from Stenbeck and Taylor 2 years ago, delineating all the wetlands and doing all the areas all there to try to get that all made sure we do everything in the way we're supposed to do it correctly. As somebody that sits on another town's committee for the last 25 years in the Shellfish Advisory status, I understand how you have to worry about all the resources in the area down there. So we have a very unique situation to our area down there where we have a complete area down below where our flagpole is to be able to access down with a crane, as well as a barge that would sit on our existing float that would be able to access that. So there will be zero impact literally on any of the salt marsh or any of that, and be able to do everything overhead with cranes aside from just removing what's there that needs to be replaced. So I think that kind of hopefully sums it up.
Yeah, I think that does give a good summary. One thing I did want to add, just for the commission's knowledge, Mike had it in his notes as well, but this is more of a maintenance thing as well, because the original NOI that was filed or issued for this doesn't allow for maintenance of the structure, which I know in more recent conditions, we typically include that, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yeah, we're just trying to keep in compliance with our Chapter 91 license, which talks about repair and maintenance of a current structure in place, which is under license. So that's what, again, that's part of this as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. Mike, one thing I did want to note on this, has a DEP number been issued for this?
I believe so.
It has
One
been.
second.
It has been.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe it has been.
3174. So that's SE 42 3174.
Okay.
And we went to the DEP originally with this to get a determination from them before I even went through any of this rest of this process. I'm personally just doing this myself. I've been really involved heavily with a lot of different projects, and I'm quite frankly tired of paying other people to do what I can do myself. So I know I can, because I will personally handle this project to make sure it's done correctly, and if there's any issues with anywhere, anything, I will directly be involved with it. You won't have to go to any third party. You can come directly to me.
Great. Do any commissioners have any comments beyond what's been discussed?
I was curious what year this was originally permitted, how old it is?
96.
Okay.
And we're using existing, we're not doing anything different. That's right there, right now. And right now, it's certainly not in a level form that's supposed to be, and other things just due to just being not done properly the first time around. So it would be this time. So we're not altering absolute zero, nothing, no change, no nothing visually. We're just repairing what's there.
And then one thing I would like to add, I missed in my intro, was the harbor master did comment on this project as well. And he just wanted to ensure that we'll be using green heart pilings. And he was curious when the work will commence.
I am hopefully optimistic that we can get this done, you know, once we would receive approval within the next couple of months. So I have no intention of doing this in the middle of the summer. I do not want that for anyone's reason.
Yeah, and then I guess, are you amendable, or were you planning on using green heart pilings?
I believe that's what they'll use, is marine-based, you know, that's the problem, is the other ones were not, you know? That's why it's gone into such disrepair before it's given time. So, yes, you know.
Okay.
I'm an open book here. I'm just trying to fix what we have, because it's just not, you know, don't really care to walk out there too often with many people around you, you know? So.
Back to the commission, Craig, did you have any comments on this?
My only comment is, have you spoken with Andrew Stewart regarding what he considers the necessity for you to go to ZBA?
I have not, because I didn't realize that would be anything at this point. While we did, I filed the application on a floodplain permit with the building department of what was required on the permit to do that.
Well, I'm going to read his comments to you. This project has an active floodplain permit. This project is the alteration of an existing dock and float system in the coastal wetlands district that was originally authorized under ZBA Special Permit 96-18. No special permit was sought nor obtained for the alteration of the zoning approval of this dock with the addition of pilings and for maintaining the floats year-round instead of removing them every season as was required under the original special permit. This is a violation of the zoning bylaws for Coastal Wetlands District and the conditions of the ZBA special permit that allowed the dock in the first place. Now, he says the applicant has been advised on the floodplain permit that they will be required to obtain a new special permit with the ZBA for the alteration and reconstruction of this dock and float system in the Coastal Wetlands District. Now, you're not altering a dock, you're simply rebuilding the dock, but he says this project needs zoning approval first, and they have not met with me, nor have they applied to the ZBA for the required special permit. So this is outside of our jurisdiction. But I want you to be aware that he has a problem with this.
Well, I understand that, and since we owned the property for the last 3 years plus here, we're just keeping in confirmation of what's supposed to be there. You know, one boat on it, no multiple boats on it, whatever that may be the case. That's why we went to the state, with the state that gave the license for the dock, which had to go through a process at that point. So I haven't really gone into any of the details of that. All I'm trying to do is, we're not altering anything. We're just repairing what's there to fix the situation or repair the existing conditions that we have right now, which are not feasible to be currently used. So, I don't know who that falls underneath if you file for permits to do something, just trying to fix what we have in place, not change anything. We're not altering anything. When I have to go through the next process of this on my renewal license, which is not due for the next 5 years, then at that point, then I would assume that I would have to deal with it. Those existing conditions would have to be dealt with. We would do that at that point. Right now, we're dealing with the existing conditions that we have in place, which is repairing and keeping up with our Chapter 91 license. And it's just prudent for us to do that at this point.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I just wanted to make you aware that the
Yes, I know.
building
No,
commissioner, you better speak with him.
No, I know, I've actually tried a couple times. I've not been able to get there every time I go there, because I've applied for and asked if you need any questions or anything, and I've seen the listings and stuff, and I've looked at the list, and I go through it and follow it, and see Andrew and Liz over there, and try to get everything to make sure we have all our ducks in order. I want nothing to do out of the ordinary of what's not allowed. I'm not trying to do anything other than what we're allowed to do.
Yeah, no, I understand that, and I think from a conservation perspective, I certainly have no issue.
I'm
But
just trying
I
to
just
fix
wanted
the
to give you
thing.
the heads up, yeah.
No, I appreciate that, and I will gladly do all of that. I absolutely, 100%. I'm just trying to do it myself, because I just don't want 50,000 people involved with this trying to do it. When I understand it, I don't want to hear it from 5 different sources, you know? I'm trying to just kind of drive it myself so I can get this done in some kind of a timely time frame without interfering with anyone.
And if I may add something, so just to clarify the conversation about the green heart piles, Mr. McKim, are you planning on replacing any of the piles securing your float?
No, there's
Okay.
nothing to do with.
So
there's nothing.
that's in reference to the green heart piles. Our regulations call for green hearts that they must be used to secure the float.
Right.
So that's the reference from the harbor master there for the green heart piles. But from my understanding, you're using marine grade pressure treated lumber, which is kind of our standard practice for docks.
That is correct. Well, that's marine grade, which no guys like to get nicked on their fingers because they end up with problems for months. But yes, you're correct. And we're actually, if you look at the existing, when you see the pictures there, when you see that, the platform, we're replacing it with less than's there, because there's been such hodgepile things that have been put out there. So even before, I'm sure, that license was issued in '96, there was already probably something there, obviously, underneath that whole platform area. And we're gonna remove that so it's not floating down the Green Harbor
Okay.
River.
And to clarify another point too, this bump out area, this kind of decked area right before the gangway, is that to be reduced or removed?
It's the same exactly what exists right now, a 13 by 17 platform, is that what you're referring to?
Yep, this one?
Your picture isn't up there.
Oh, sorry.
Your
Yeah,
plan isn't up there.
I'm sorry, I'm referencing the wrong.
No, we're not changing anything.
This one?
All we're doing is repairing what is there.
Okay. Okay,
You know,
perfect.
and again, we have zero to no impact on anything with having, we don't need mats, we don't need any of that things to do with, because we have the ability, which pretty much no one down in that area does, to get right to where that, you know, the walkway would start. So, I mean, that's why I could put the roll-off containers on our property to take out the old stuff. You know, there's zero impact to, you know, the ramp, the dock, any of the ramp or docker area, any of that kind of stuff, because all of it's done on our property, you know, as opposed to, and there's just a barge that would be obviously working at high tide or whatever the tides are in order to do their work at the very end of it, which is, you know, minimal. I have a personal friend of mine that's directly involved with this, and I've helped him buy actually equipment that he uses, which is some of these really extensive long reach cranes to do all that. So there'll be, I mean, literally no impact to any of the resource area whatsoever. Hopefully I've answered most everything you're
Yep.
thinking about there.
All right, does anyone else have any comments, John or Liz?
I don't.
So as far as the Conservation Commission is concerned, the work satisfies our conservation
Yes.
requirements, rules, regulations, requirements. It's just the fact that he has some work to do with Andrew on the ZBA zoning approval
Yes.
special permit.
But that's not
So-
our jurisdiction,
So could anything change after he works with Andrew, which would require him to come back to us?
No,
I don't think so.
not that I'm aware of at this time.
I mean, he's simply,
It's a sequencing thing, is,
right, but nothing regarding that structure in our jurisdiction is going to change.
yeah.
What has to happen with zoning is separate and distinct.
Okay.
Andrew may have some input on construction, but it seems like it'd be highly unlikely that would involve changing piles or anything.
So essentially where the piles are now, or where the
Yeah.
repaired replacement piles are gonna be. Okay,
Yes.
all right. I mean, it's
If
hard.
you look at the, if you look at the plan, the last couple pages, shows the existing permit from 96. And if you look at my scope of work from the contractor I got, it's completely outlining the exact same thing for the work to be performed.
All right, Mike, thanks for the clarification on that, the green heart,
Yep.
That makes more sense. All right, with that, Craig, I'm in agreement, I know it's, like John mentioned, it's kind of a sequence thing, but I think for our purposes, we can make a decision on this.
I agree.
Okay, I guess I'll open it up to, if no one else has any comments or questions, I'll open it up to the public. I don't know if there's anyone in the room or on Zoom that has any comments or questions. All right, hearing none. Mike, do you have, do you recommend any special conditions for this?
Yeah, I would suggest issuing our standard dock regulations, which include things like the right to maintain under their Chapter 91 license, things of that nature. Use, and then our general conditions 1 through 18, which are standard special conditions. After construction, condition 1 to file for a certificate of compliance. During construction, condition 11, ensure best management practices are followed. And prior to construction, condition 5 and 2, which is have a pre-construction meeting.
Okay, and Mike, one of the conditions, references all pertinent permits will be required before,
Yes, that's captured by our standard special conditions.
okay, so that kind of covers us,
Yes.
from any ZBA special permit or
Yep.
anything like.
That would be counted as an applicable permit.
Okay. All right, with that, I'd like to make a motion to close the public hearing, and issue the order of conditions, with Mike's special conditions that he just listed. Can I have a second?
Second.
All right, all those in favor, roll call. Liz, do you want to start?
Liz Lake, yes.
John O'Donnell, yes?
Craig Hannafin, yes?
Bert O'Donnell, yes?
And Sam Alcronkey, yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. McKim. Good luck.
Thank you, Larry. Thank you, I really appreciate it. It's just, if any of you have looked at that dock, it's an eyesore. for the area.
Yeah, I can see from the photos I have in
It's
front
just
of me.
really an eyesore, and it deserves way better than that.
I think it's a safety issue more than.
Well, I
an
was gonna
eyesore.
say, it's a hazard.
I don't want
Yeah.
to go there, but if you would like to walk out there with me someday and feel like you've been drinking heavily, then you'll enjoy that walk, okay?
All right.
And just don't have anyone a little heavier than you next to you, okay? So either way, I just want to fix what's there for my family and friends to enjoy that awesome area down there.
Absolutely.
And that's all we're trying to do.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to change anything, we're just trying to fix what's there.
And
So I
we're
appreciate
fine
all your
with
help
that.
and-
So from us, you are good to go.
I appreciate all your help, and like I said, thank you for what you do down there, because as somebody, like I said, that sits on a shellfish advisory committee in an adjourning town, it is sometimes a painful thing to do.
Indeed.
Thank you for your quorum.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay, our last hearing is 212 School Street. In compliance with the regulations of Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 131, Section 40, the Wetlands Protection Act, and Code of the Town of Marshfield, Chapter 294, Wetlands Protection, a public hearing will be held by the Marshfield Conservation Commission on Wednesday, February 18th, 2026, to consider the notice of intent filed for 212 School Street, and Commissioner Malafronte is the hearing officer.
All right, thank you. Mike, can you confirm all administrative requirements have been met for this project?
Yes, all administrative requirements have been met.
And it looks like there is a DEP file number, SC 42-3172.
3175.
3175, okay. So this project is, we're relatively familiar with the parcel. It was before us very recently. But it is a buffer zone to riverbank, and then it is in portions of the property are in the riverfront area too. So is anyone in the room or on Zoom that would present? Looks like someone's sitting at the table.
Yes, John Zimmer, South River Environmental.
Okay, take it away.
All right, Mike, do you mind pulling up the site plan?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so as Commissioner Malafronte said, we were back in front of you a few weeks ago for some restoration work in the front of the property. Now the Dolans are seeking to put an addition on to the single-family residence, do some grading behind that to reestablish lawn, and then build a new septic system, further back within the property. If you can see, there are two small circles, one to the left of the existing residence and one directly behind it. Those are two existing cesspools. So those are going to be abandoned, filled with sand and abandoned in place. And the drainage from the roof drainage from the new addition, which is about 480 square feet, as well as the roof drainage from the existing house are going to be routed into a dry well, which you can see kind of right behind where the existing cesspool is now. Currently, the roof drains just discharge to the ground from the existing house. So that's going to end up being a net benefit because those discharge points are no longer going to be present, which are closer to the stream right now. And then the septic system, it's still within the riverfront area, but it's set, over 150 feet back from the resource area. The red lines that you can see on the site plans are erosion controls, so we'll have erosion controls on both sides. Any stockpiling of the soil will be, in the rear of the house away from the resource area. And then access to do the construction of the project will come off of the existing gravel driveway in the vicinity of where the distribution box will be for the septic system. The grading in the back is fairly minor. It will be seeded and lawned. It's currently lawn now. It's just going to be extended to the back a little bit, based on the new addition. So relatively straightforward project. Happy to answer any questions that the commission may have. There is a small increase in the amount of impervious area for the property. It's about 0.8%. But all of the stormwater drainage is going to be contained and infiltrated right back into the ground.
Okay, thank you. I did want to add a note to, we're well below the impervious area where it looks like proposed 3.6% coverage of the riverfront area. So the entire area is degraded and developed. The only comment I had, John, was I would like to see the plantings that were discussed under the previous application shown on this plan. If that's possible to add to this plan, that would be preferred. I don't know if that's something that's feasible.
I could draft them on there. I think that for the purposes of the project and the as-built, I'm assuming that an as-built would be required
Yes.
as part of the COC process. We would show both the restoration area and, the new addition and the septic and everything on that as-built, so that would then become the plan of record.
Okay, I guess that makes sense. All right, I don't have really any other comments. I think they're locating it it's an upgrade from the existing cesspools, locating it further from the riverfront, or the river, I should say. So I'll open it up to the commission if you guys have any other comments or questions on this.
Has it been to the Board of Health?
I am not sure on that. I believe it's been submitted. I'm not sure if it's gone through the whole
Gone through yet?
review process.
I'm fine.
Yep.
Good.
I don't have any,
No comments?
no comments.
Okay, I guess I'll open it up to the public. I don't know if anyone else is in the room or on Zoom.
Nope.
Okay. Hearing nothing. Mike, do you have any special conditions for this project, or do you have any other comments, questions that we missed here?
No, you covered all of my comments, questions. All of the extra impervious area from this addition will also be captured in this dry well off in the
Yeah.
back. So that's a nice bonus of this project. Other than that, I would suggest the following special conditions. General conditions 1 through 18, which are our standard special conditions. Prior to construction, condition 5 and 2 to stake out the site and have a pre-construction meeting. During construction, condition 11, ensure best management practices are followed. After construction, condition 1, to file for a certificate of compliance, and erosion control, condition 1, to ensure that erosion control is in place and effective throughout the duration of work.
Okay. With those special conditions, I would like to close the public hearing and issue an order of conditions for this project. Can I have a second?
Second?
All right, all those in favor, roll call. Liz, do you want to go first?
Liz Lake, yes.
John O'Donnell, yes?
Craig Hanafin, yes?
Bert O'Donnell, yes?
Dan LaFronte, yes. Thank you.
All right, great, thanks.
Thanks, John.
Yep.
Take care. Okay, all of, the next 5 hearings are all continued, but I'm going to hold off on taking care of those so that we can get to Mr. Sealand, who is here for a business item.
Evening, Kevin Sealand, Bridle Crossing. So this is regarding the detention basins. I don't know, Mike, if you got a chance to put that stuff up? Oh, there it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have all 3 of the plans that you sent over, so.
Okay. Well,
Tell
that's
me
the
which
most
one you
colorful
like.
one. It basically shows one detention basin and one forebay that's existing, the town had built years ago. This is it's along Ferry Street at our entrance, that road that goes at a funny angle across the bottom of the plan. That's our entrance to the Bridle Crossing apartments, condominiums. So we were proposing, and got approved from the ZBA and DPW, we worked this out, for those drain lines, cut those basins off. And it was unbeknownst to me, believe it or not, that you own that land as conservation. I thought it was town DPW. just one of those things that kind of slip through the cracks. So Mike asked me to come in and explain what we're doing. The red area, it's hard to see, Pat Brennan, as consultant for the ZBA, and Ed Pesci, just want us to cut the stumps off flush in those areas, leave the ground cover, and not disturb the soil, so would leave the stumps. Now, the reason they like the bigger trees cut off in those areas, which I asked about, was in a storm situation, if a tree toppled over, they're afraid that the loosening of the soil from the tree toppling over and pulling the stump up could have an adverse impact on the soils around there and cause that area to fail and not hold water. So that's what it is. So right now, there's no wetlands on the bottom. It's not near any resource area. This is just part of the bridal project, but it's your land, so, Mike asked me to come in and go over it with you, so that's what we're about.
Yeah, no, I can visualize this having been out there. I remember those basins, pretty overgrown.
Yeah, on another plan that I showed, that's part of the CMP plan for our turtle work that we're gonna do out there. Mike, can you pull it? Yeah, that's hard to see because it's so small, but if you see the blue pipes, see the blue lines coming off of Ferry Street? Those are existing pipes that the town has. So that first detention basin takes drainage from like the Waltham Ave area of town, on the other side of Ferry Street, and it's channeled into that first detention basin. And then the lower blue line that runs almost vertically, that dumps it into the final basin. So the upper basin to the north is a 4-bay, and the lower one is the detention basin. And the DPW had asked us to install an overflow pipe, which is the pink or red line that runs diagonally kind of northeast. That's part of the reason why that's there. Now, it dumps into, the first third or so of that 5-acre parcel that we're gonna be deeding over to the Conservation Commission, for a total of about 9 acres that you're gonna be getting, as we talked about earlier last year. That 9 acres includes that whole 5-acre piece that's colored in kind of a yellow, and then it kind of circles down below to the south and surrounds our project where the unit's gonna be built.
So that red one you're talking about, that's just a final overflow?
Right.
If the 4-bay and...
Right. They've had some trouble over the past with that thing, threatening to overtop or whatever. They never finished the work in
Yeah.
there.
So when you say from Waltham Ave,
Yep.
is that just the street drainage on Ferry Street that takes the runoff from, like, the Silver Pines area?
Yep.
But
Yep,
so
that's
there's no-
exactly right. I think there might be a drain line that runs up Waltham Ave, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
I know there's some basins near the entrance to Waltham Ave on Ferry. And there's a manhole structure system that runs down Ferry a little way.
There's Waltham up here, and you can see Springfield Ave, Medford Street, this whole area back here. And this is our parcel here in question. As you can see, there are no mapped wetlands near this parcel, or estimated wetlands.
Mike, roughly what year do you have any idea when those basins were constructed?
It's hard to tell. I don't have that answer off the top of my head. When Kevin and I looked at the basins, when we had the joint site visits, it was very overgrown. I'm not exactly sure of the year, but it was at least over a decade ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say well
Closer
over.
to 20.
Probably more like 15 to 20 years
Yeah.
ago. Yeah.
I think it was involved in, the town did a land swap, that's why we wound up with that land,
Yep.
with the previous owner of the Bridle Crossing land,
Armstrong.
yeah. So that's why we wound up with that drain system there.
Oh.
So, did you mention that, did you think anything needed an RDA here?
Originally, we discussed it. I was under the assumption there were wetlands in the area. Upon further investigation, there are no
There are
mapped
not.
wetlands in that area.
So,
If it's on the resource area, it wouldn't need an RDA, but it would
But
need the
without a
commission's
resource
approval
area.
to do the work, yeah.
Yeah.
And it just slips in between the cracks a little. You own it, though.
Yeah.
Right,
So,
right.
you know, I could do an RDA just for that reason, but
If there's no resource area,
Yeah,
and we know there's no resource area, I don't really think. What does anybody else? You know, we usually have an RTA when we know there's a resource
Yeah.
area, but this is clearly not.
Yeah, I remember we walked the whole area to determine that
Yep.
there wasn't any resource.
Any resource,
We
yeah.
saw that Phragmites, but,
yeah.
Yeah,
so probably the forebay is, there's probably some wetland stuff in there, but that's a active drain system.
drain
it's a
system.
man-made wetland
So
and,
it's exempt.
you know,
It stays pretty dry. The soils there are really good.
Very dry.
yeah.
All that gravel.
It's all that gravel.
Yeah. So, can we just say, from the perspective of this commission, have at it,
Okay,
do what you need to do there.
I can have Mike come down before we start, maybe just to do a quick walk around if you like.
Yeah, that sounds good.
You know, why not?
Yeah, and if anything changes, come back.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right.
yeah, no, I mean, I see what you're doing, it makes perfect sense to get that,
Yeah, I mean, like I say, I have to apologize. I really, we did not know it was owned by, we thought it was the DPW, and I had met out there several times with Charlie and Rod.
you probably didn't know it was ours either.
You probably didn't either, right?
No, we learned something.
Yeah.
Well, all right,
Yeah, okay,
okay.
thank you.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thanks, Mike. Have a good night.
Okay, let's go back to the continuations. 39th Road, what is the DPW number on that?
That one is SE 423173.
73, okay. 39th Road, SC 423173 has requested continuation to March 18th. I move that we grant that. May I have a second?
Second.
Roll call vote.
Liz Lake, yes.
John O'Donnell, yes?
Craig Hanafin, yes?
Bert O'Donnell, yes?
Tim O'Connor, yes.
Okay. 121 Grandview, SE 423167, has requested continuation until our next meeting. I move to grant that. A second, please.
Second.
Roll call.
Liz Lake, yes.
John O'Donnell, yes?
Craig Hanafin, yes?
Bert O'Donnell, yes?
Tim O'Connor, yes.
Okay, 180 Sawyer's Lane, SE 423165, also requesting our next meeting, March 4th. I move to grant that. A second.
Second.
Roll call.
Liz Lake, yes.
John O'Donnell, yes?
Craig Hanafin, yes?
Bert O'Donnell, yes?
Tim O'Connor, yes.
And 50 Johnson Terrace, SE 423164, requesting, is that also the next meeting, Mike?
Yes.
March 4th, I move to grant that. A second.
Second.
Roll call.
Liz Lake, yes.
John O'Donnell, yes?
Craig Hanafin, yes?
Bert O'Donnell, yes?
Tim O'Connor, yes.
And lastly, 13 Water Street, SE 423161, also coming in for March 4th. I move to grant that continuance. A second, please.
Second.
Roll call.
Liz Lake, yes.
John O'Donnell, yes?
Craig Hanafin, yes?
Bert O'Donnell, yes?
Oop, sorry, Bert. Tim O'Connor, yes.
And our second business item, which was the Recreational Trails Committee, has asked to come in on March 18th. So that doesn't need a vote. We're just going to postpone that. Requests for certificate of compliance, 250 Canal Street. And that appears to have been built to plan, correct, Mike?
Yes, that is correct. Last meeting, we were hanging it up for Andrew's comments, which he has
Okay.
since deleted.
Okay. Well, I move to grant a COC for SE 423106, 250 Canal Street. A second, please.
Second.
Roll call.
Liz Lake, yes.
John O'Donnell, yes.
Craig Hanafin, yes?
Bert O'Donnell, yes?
Sam Alcroft, yes.
Okay, and I'm gonna do, let's see, 278. 60 Foster, do I have that on here? I'm skipping 15 Iowa because we have to discuss that one, but I have 278 Foster, but no 60 Foster in,
Nope.
Huh. It's odd. I think that might be a typo on our agenda.
okay. Well, while you look at that, I'll go to 15 Iowa Street, SE 42 3100. We have some issues here. The driveway was supposed to be gravel, but they constructed a large impervious driveway with paving inside the 20-foot setback and built a shed right up against the wetland line. So, I know you're looking for the other thing, Mike, but if you can,
Yeah, I'm pulling up actually an image of that to juxtapose the two site plans.
okay.
So we have, this is the proposed conditions. As we can see here, clearly a gravel drive labeled. There's a railroad tie type structure here noted. I believe that's supposed to be a retaining wall. There's another retaining wall here. But when we go down here, with that retaining wall as reference, you can see that a large portion within that 25-foot setback was paved. And then there was also a shed constructed right on top of that retaining wall, which was not on the approved site plan. So there's a fair amount of impervious area that was added without any approval from the commission.
Mike, it looks like that shed is also off the property on the town parcel as well.
It looks like a portion of it is on town parcel as well as their fence.
Most of it.
Yeah.
So we got a lot going on.
That was existing, to be fair, from our
The retaining
proposed
wall,
conditions.
right?
The retaining wall was anyway, and so was the fence. And the commission reviewed and approved the structures to essentially remain there.
Okay, so it's supposed to be impervious, and it is not. It's paved. They're in the 25, and they have a shed right up against the wetland line.
Yep.
So,
On town property.
yeah. So, you think that the best approach is to issue a notice of violation?
I feel that issuing a notice of violation would be the best way forward here. Not issuing the certificate of compliance, I feel like, just kind of gives the homeowner the ability to go the other direction on this. So I think that it would be suitable to issue a notice of violation for that unapproved work.
I think that makes sense. And anybody else have,
So we wouldn't have approved a paved driveway,
Not within the
and we
25-foot
wouldn't have
setback.
approved a shed where it's located.
Yep.
correct?
I think you give them the notice of violation and then
And then
go
we
from there.
can discuss.
Yeah.
Okay, so I move that for SE 423100, 15 Iowa Street, we do not issue a certificate of compliance, but we do issue a notice of violation to open a discussion on how to mitigate
Perfect.
the overreach here.
Perfect.
A second, please.
Second?
Roll call?
Liz Lake, yes.
John O'Donnell, yes.
Craig Hanafin, yes?
Earl O'Donnell, yes.
Sam Alfranchi, yes.
Okay, and that leaves us with 3015. Do we know if, is that 60 Foster?
Yes, that is 60 Foster.
Is that good to go? Or
Sorry, I was looking at the other project. Let me. 3015. I would suggest tabling that to the next meeting.
That's what I was going to suggest
Yep.
also, till we straighten that out. So
Yep.
I move to table SC 42 3015 pending clarification. A second, please.
Second,
Roll call.
Liz Lake, yes.
John O'Donnell, yes.
Craig Hanafin, yes?
Earl O'Donnell, yes.
Sam Alfranchi, yes.
Okay, that concludes our business. I move to close the Town of Marshfield Conservation Commission meeting of Wednesday, February 18th, 2026. A second, please.
Second,
Roll call.
Liz Lake, yes.
John O'Donnell, yes.
Craig Hanafin, yes?
Earl O'Donnell, yes.
Sam Alfranchi, yes. And Mike, I'll stop by sometime tomorrow to sign.
Perfect. I was literally just gonna say that.
All right, we are adjourned.